Live.
Hey, I don't know how many people are on yet because we just started, but welcome. This is our weekly. It's turned into a weekly thing. I think it's been a month now, right? Is this the fourth one? Or the fifth?
Sixth or seventh.
What?
Yeah.
We haven't been at all of them. We have secret ones.
This has been going on and I didn't know it?
Yeah, just like Whose Line has been on and so many people.
Yeah, that's what happens when you work in the CW publicity department.
It's remained a secret. Welcome, everybody. So this is the Whose Line. It's become our little informal hangout. You see Jonathan Mangum. Of course, we're joined by Mr. Awesome Colin Mockery and my brother, Mr. Gary Anthony Williams. So,
Hello.
So, gents, Colin knows the deal, and Jonathan, because we've done it since the first one. But Gary, this is where we really just hang out, and Jonathan has been our de facto kind of tech guy, and so he reads questions from people that log on, and we answer the questions, and we talk, and we hang out for about a half hour, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Gary, have to say,
does anybody win Jonathan's piano?
Anybody what?
Does anyone win your piano back there? Is that a giveaway? How does that work? What's that about?
Yes. This piece of the green screen can be yours.
Gary, I enjoy your isolation acting.
Yes.
It's really good.
Is there anyone
I would
who can see it who aren't your Facebook friend?
No. Oh, yes. I got very angry there, Colin. I apologize.
I'm trying to help you, man.
On Instagram at Gary Anthony Williams and on Twitter at Gary A. Williams. And I would love, Wayne's already done one. He's always welcome to come back. And I would love Jonathan and Colin, if you guys want to do one, I'll send you a video. It's
so much fun. It's so much fun. It's a good hey, Hartley. Hey, Ryan Styles.
Can I hear?
Can you hear us all?
I can hear Jonathan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can't hear Wayne.
Can you hear me?
What?
Me? Can you hear me?
Was Wayne bullshit? And I can't hear Colin.
No. Hello.
And Gary hasn't even.
Can you hear Gary?
I can't hear Gary either.
Log off and log on, Ryan.
You log off. You log on.
Oh.
Every week. This is a new tradition.
Every week.
This has been this thing. This is one of those weird, much like Gary's acting alone with friends. It's so cool to see how we've all had to adjust to still be creative and still put stuff out there. And this is just one of those things, and it's far from perfect, but at least it works 80% of the time.
Yeah. It's for this app, going on your phone is always risky. And so I think Ryan's on an iPad or a phone. Let's see. Can you hear us, Ryan?
Yeah.
Ryan, are you on iPad?
No.
Oh.
Should I log off and log on again?
Ooh.
Shit. Who can't you hear?
Hello.
Can't hear Colin.
Hello.
Can't hear Wayne.
Hello.
Can't hear Gary. I can hear
Blah,
you.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'll try again.
Magic number, Ryan.
Yeah, I'll try again.
All right.
Is he using a rotary phone?
Don't blame this on me.
You might be.
I did an improv show with a group in Schenectady called Mopco, and we actually did an arms through, which was weird. They got the text so that the head was attached to my body.
Whoa.
Yeah. So as Wayne was saying, it's pretty cool that people are trying to find ways to be more creative and doing what we do.
May I ask, were you just getting paid to mention the name Schenectady? Was that what just happened? Was that what this is all about?
No, but I'm certainly willing to take money if Schenectady is willing to pay for every time I say Schenectady.
You son of a gun.
Brought to you
Schenectady.
Hey, Jonathan, do you have any questions?
Yeah, hang on. Let's see if we can get Hartley back in the room again.
Hartley.
Hey, Hartley.
Hey, Hartley. How you doing?
I got Colin. I got Wayne.
Yeah.
Gary.
No Gary.
Hello.
No Gary?
No, I'm not getting Gary.
You hear me?
And I'm not getting Jonathan.
Oh, man. But
I gained one.
He gained two.
I'll try something else and be right back with you.
Okay.
This is when the cocaine hits.
Why did he sound like customer support just then? I'll try something else. I'll be right back with you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think he shaved his beard a little bit, though.
he did. He looked less dangerous.
I was getting worried because as his beard got bigger, my forehead is growing. So there's this weird inverse property of math happening.
Yeah, I feel your pain.
Questions. Let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. Mr. Echo, do you remember the first time you did improv?
Yes, it was right after I wasn't very good, and then I got a little better.
You improved.
Yeah.
I remember. I was in college, and there was a guy who came down one day at this little junior college I went to and taught a one-day improv class.
You remember his name?
Yes, I do. His name is John Ferguson.
Okay.
And John Ferguson pulled me aside after the class and said, "You should not do this. It's not for you." I remember it very well.
And why did you go against that?
Hey man, I ain't listening to no white people. If he had been a brother or somebody Asian or Latino, I would have given it up right then.
Hey, bro, this ain't for you. Stop this nonsense right now.
Then I'd be like, all right, I'm out. Bye, y'all. I'm gonna go make money in hedge funds.
So I love this story. So you remember his name, John Ferguson. Since then, you have gone on to great success, and so much of it is improv based. Have you ever crossed paths or heard John Ferguson?
This is the first time I've said his name out loud. Not only that, Wayne, but the year after he told me that, hey, look at that, Hartley's back.
It's Tish.
Can you hear?
That's three.
Hello,
All right.
Yo.
Wayne.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Hey. Yep. That's the story.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
Hey, buddy, I'm doing well.
Good.
I was telling him the story of the day, that question there. Do you guys remember the first time you did improv or improve? But yeah, so the year after that, Wayne, after you told me I shouldn't do improv, it's not for me, I got hired by a theater in Atlanta, and he was my director.
What?
Wow.
So he was the director at Dad's Garage.
No, this was at the Academy Theater in Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, like doing regular theater, not just improv. But he told me all kinds of stuff about myself, that I wasn't good at that. I didn't have any viscera. I don't listen to people. Like if I had listened to that guy, like I don't listen to that kind of crap.
Are we talking about Dan Patterson? I came in late. I'm sorry.
No, you're up to speed.
Time that we did improv, Mr. Echo. I'm going to have to get off the call in a second, so I want to answer Mr. Echo's question because I don't want to seem like I was being a smartass. The first time that I did improv, I distinctly remember, because I'm sure that we've all done improv before you knew what it was. But the first time that it was like, oh, this is this art form that you're doing, Claire Sarah, who was a founding member of SAC Theater, and I think we've all worked with her, and she's a dear friend. She's the one that told me to come to a workshop that she and her husband Will were doing. And the first time I ever did improvisation was in an improv workshop with her, and they were teaching us basic games. And I remember just falling in love with that thing the first day. I said, oh, this is what I've been doing at home in my room, so now I'm just going to do it in front of people.
Yeah, but when I try the same thing, I get arrested.
Nice job, Fred.
You live in the wrong neighborhood.
Don't you kind of improvise since you were a kid when your mom says, did you break that? And you go, no, Rusty the dog broke it,
New choice.
And you don't have a dog,
My first time I improvised, I saw it demonstrate because nobody knew what improv was. At that point, I guess Jonathan Winters was the only person who was sort of known for improv. Second City was known, but within the cities where Second City was happening, it wasn't worldwide. And this guy, Keith Johnstone, started this thing called Theater Sports. I took a workshop. I remember I was in the rookie match. it went spectacular. And there was the more experienced people afterwards, and they asked me to join them because one of their members didn't show up. I just kicked ass. Then it all went downhill.
Have you admitted yet why that member didn't show up? Are you going to admit that here?
Accidents happen.
Yeah,
it's
they
in
do.
Vancouver.
That guy who didn't show up? Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
First time I did improv was also the first time I was ever with a woman, and it did not go well at all. But then when I started doing it more with a group, it got better and better.
Because you always ended your scenes too quickly.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just a background player.
There's so many things wrong with that. I don't even know where to start with that story.
What about you, Ryan?
I don't know. I was probably with Colin when he did it.
Yeah. Well, you would do some improv during your stand-up.
The first time I did it on stage, Howie Mandel actually came to do stand-up in Vancouver at the stand-up club I was at. And he said, "You guys want to do this improv?" And we were like, "What's that?" And well, we just go out, we make it up. And it was like, "Nah, I don't think I want to do that." But we went out, and it was, it's hard for stand-ups not to be competitive. So it's hard for them to,
That's so cool.
All your stand-up was Dolly Parton and Cheap Zoos.
Not all of my act, but major portions of it, yeah.
I thought it was funny.
I did do Dolly Parton stuff too. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
You actually remember that? Okay.
Wasn't there a zoo? There was a thing with an animal that just had a sign that said giraffe on it?
I think so, yeah. I can't remember what the whole bit was though. I don't know. I can't.
Videotape of your stand-up.
My mom saved all that stuff. I have it all in on VHS in my very damp garage, so it should be fine.
Oh, it's great. With magnets.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday, Daniel Rivera!
Happy birthday.
Hey, Daniel Rivera.
Happy birthday. Shout out.
Happy birthday, D. Hey guys, I'm gonna let Jonathan corral this thing and hang out with you. I'm doing a charity concert for the Actors Fund, so I'm getting ready to do a sound check, and then we're gonna go live at 5. But I wanted to invite anyone that wanted to come and watch online and support. There are lots of actors and musicians and just people in the business in general, among so many other businesses that have been hit so hard by this. So the Actors Fund is trying to do their best to put some money in the coffers. So if you want to look that up online, I don't have the exact information, but it's the Actors Fund concert that's happening tonight. In fact, I can tell everybody real quick what to look for.
Tell us who the worst guest is tonight.
It's called Stars in the House. Stars in the House, and a wonderful guy named Seth Rudetsky is hosting it. So I'm gonna bail, but I just wanted to say that I love you guys and have fun. And
say hi to Seth.
Yes, I will. I'll say hey to Seth. And Gary, you kicked ass on the episode that we're gonna watch soon. I got to see it.
Oh, cool! Yay!
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah,
as usual. Y'all.
Yeah, I needed that.
Bye, y'all. I'll talk to you later.
Take care.
Bye, Wayne.
Bye.
Bye, Mr. Brady.
I think what Wayne's
Hey, y'all.
saying is he doesn't care about the fans of Who's Line at all. He just leaves anything. He's always looking for something better.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Gary.
When I'm not like when I'm on the show and around you guys, he lets me call him Wayne. But did you know that privately, I'm not allowed to call him Wayne?
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. Only Mr. Brady.
Mr. Brady.
Literally, he tricked me into. You know how Wayne, if you fall asleep, he'll make you sign stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tricked me into signing this thing, and I have to call him Mr. Brady.
Yeah.
And do I do his shit? Yes. Am I going to try to get out of it? No. No, I'm scared. I'm trapped.
Amber Slonwhite McCumber, is that your real name? Good for you. Wants to know, Ryan and Colin, what are your thoughts on helping hands? How do you not throw up?
Well, it's easy for me. I have my mouth and line back.
Yeah, he made me throw up almost a couple times. The one was the onion juice from those mini onions, and then
Wasn't there a thing about brie? Yeah.
brie, which I hate, and you shoved an entire wedge of it in my mouth. That was not.
People like wedges of brie shoved into their mouth. Yeah,
You know,
sometimes.
that sounds horrible. I would have gobs of brie shoved into my mouth. Oh, the horror of it all.
It's an extra $10, sir.
Is this the longest that you haven't been on a stage?
Yeah, since
Everyone?
I was unemployed. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, for sure.
You can't even
How
go
is
to
it going? How are they
a
going?
small club, you know?
How's it going to change?
I
mean,
think
you're
it's
talking about selling like 1/3 of the house and everyone sort of being separated.
but that's not very conducive to what we do.
It'll be like doing a corporate every show.
Oh,
I'm willing to give half, like a third of the acting performance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The house
You're not
full,
the
but I'll come in there and third acid, as they call it.
Well,
No.
so then you could do actually three shows that night then.
3 shows a night, baby, and none of them worth it. Not a single one.
if
Right.
they do a vaccine, if the vaccine comes out at the end of the year, then we're good to go, right? Then you just carry a piece of paper that says you had the vaccine.
As long as the ticket comes with the coupon to give you the vaccine before you come into the show.
No, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
The only people who'll be allowed to come are White House staff.
No, I want to say too soon, but I also I don't want to say what I really think.
Yeah, it's not good.
I'm looking for a question here from our people. People always, they say, hey, why aren't you picking my question? A lot of times it's questions that I've heard these guys have been asked hundreds of times already. So I'm just trying not to repeat stuff. Let's
I
see.
think we all should just trust Jonathan. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
We have no
Here we go. Joseph Owens wants to know, which one of us would win in a brawl?
I think Joseph would, I think.
Yeah.
I would
Wow.
cheat. I would cheat a lot. I'd be first on the ground, but that's where I fight the best.
I think the old Gary would have cleared house.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But now a lot of anger issues have been resolved.
Right.
Oh yeah. I can't fight anything, guys. I can't fight any feeling anymore. I just won't fight a feeling. I feel everything now.
I can't fight this feeling deep inside of me.
Oh, it sounds so good.
I mean, Jonathan is the youngest, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Gary and I are probably pretty close.
I'm well into my teens.
Yeah.
I grew up in the country fighting, so
He's not going to answer that. He's not answering that age question.
No, I know.
exactly how
What a
old.
diva. What a diva.
Oh no, I'm 54 years old. I have age.
Just a kid.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I still have milk teeth, whatever those are.
Milk teeth?
Milk teeth.
Wow.
The teeth you use for when you're sucking milk from your mother's teat.
Yes, that's what I have. Is that cool?
It's
Yeah, it's not like you can sell it at a swap meet or something. You have to keep it.
Okay.
Here's a good question. Yentalen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the barriers to getting more women on the show?
Oh, Dan Patterson?
Yeah, a producer.
Yeah.
There are so many great improvisers out there who are women. But when they come on the show, they tend to get stuck in the women parts.
Whoa, gross.
As opposed
Why
to
wouldn't you in one of the years done like an all-woman show, you know? It would have been great.
One all-woman show in the British version.
Oh, yeah.
Denny Williams. So, yeah, that's basically it. I think we're all fans of women, and we all know a lot of great women that we've worked with. I mean, there's some men I hate that are on the show all the time.
What's the weirdest thing a fan has done for you?
Wow. Weirdest.
Yeah, finding the weirdest.
Oh.
I let a girl bury her father in my backyard. Is that strange?
Okay. I think you win.
That's what you did for her, though, Ryan.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I can't think of anything really weird, like weird someone has done for me.
No.
Have you ever received like a really strange homemade gift?
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
Colin has to pee. He has to pee. He has to pee, guys.
Oh,
I don't think that's what it is. He's coming back with something.
Aisha said she was coming late, but now she's more than halfway late. So hopefully she'll.
All right. Are you
What do you
ready?
got, Colin? What do you got? What is that?
Serious?
Let me see. Is that a puppet?
It's a marionette of me.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's
Is the face pretty well right on?
yes.
Oh yeah, it is.
Really?
Ah,
Really?
I love that.
Is it?
That's
Who's
fantastic.
puppet? That's what I want to know.
And I know you. You've got that somewhere very prominent in the house too, haven't you?
Yeah, over a bed.
Okay.
It goes with Deb's sock puppet.
All right. Whatever. I'm not getting into that with you.
All right. It's an interesting story. Yeah, so that's unusual. That's the second time I've used that this week. Wow.
They make
It's
us.
pretty cool.
They make us a lot of food at Let's Make a Deal. People will show up and they will have made a cake or cookies and stuff, which is always really nice. But you know,
You feel a little leery about taking baked goods from a fan.
Yeah. That's like buying meat off a truck.
yeah.
You know.
But anything broiled, not a baked good, but anything broiled, I'm down.
I'm talking raw meat.
No, brisket, always
When
good.
we take the cookies, we're like, yeah, we probably shouldn't eat these. They'll go to the crew. Do you guys want these? They don't care. They'll eat it.
Don't eat anything. You gotta love crews.
Yep. I just clicked on one and it went away. Martin Jones. See, it goes so fast. Martin Jones wanted to know here it is. Do you prefer the long form or the short form?
Oh.
I would go with. I mean, I prefer doing long form.
Colin, you got to be next. I mean, you're the tall.
Really? Is that, I didn't.
Taller than all the rest.
I really don't have a preference. I enjoy both. I mean, it depends. No, I enjoy both.
You're not going to make any money at long form.
No.
No.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
have you guys seen the Schwartz and Middleditch?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
They're on Netflix. It's good. It's the best I've
yeah,
seen.
it's good. Good long form. And you know,
Who are
people
the
can't do long form on television, but no, it's great.
Who does it?
Ben Schwartz and Tom Middleditch.
Oh, cool. Where are they out of?
They're on every TV show, I think, imaginable.
Yeah. Middleditch is from Silicon Valley and Schwartz is from
Parks and Rec.
Correct.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about.
It's a two-person long-form show. It's great. It's the best I've seen it on TV, I think.
Yeah, no, it's really good. Yeah.
I think I'm like Colin. I think it depends. Long form, you get to do more acting, which is definitely fun. But you know, there's something to be said about the fast food of improv with the short form stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the long form, but I don't like the kind where you have to remember a character's name from 25 minutes ago. I like to just like riff for 45 minutes and everybody's different and it's trap out and now we're
Someone might have established a table somewhere and you don't see it. You know.
I did. You know, Dad's Garage. They did a D&D, which I have no reference level for Dungeons and Dragons. Speaking of dragons,
Mother of dragons.
why are you late?
Hi.
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 What's weird is Wayne Brady just left, and then
Yeah.
you showed up.
Yeah. Wow. And
You've
same
never actually seen us
background.
in the same room
Same
together. So possibly,
Wow.
if I put on glasses, I become. What I don't know why I still can't hear what you said, Jonathan.
I was asking why you were late to
Oh,
storytelling.
today, an episode of Roswell that I directed is actually coming on right after us. So
That's awesome.
I was doing a bunch of press.
Aisha, one time you told me you loved me so much that it appeared a rainbow came out of the side of my face.
I did say
Is
that.
it true?
It's not only is it true that I said that, but
Uh-huh.
I can see it right now. Oh my God! It's a Christmas miracle, or a non-denominational holiday of your choice miracle.
Yes.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Hi, what? Carl, what's that? What's happening with that? See,
A
I love
fan
so much
made
that it
me a
turns the dog.
marionette. A fan made me a marionette of me.
What, recently, or did you go dig it out?
I've had it for a while.
Mhm.
That's all you need to know.
It's an astonishing likeness.
It's amazing. It's not totally anatomically correct, but
Mhm.
But no glasses. So you're marrying contact lenses with a marionette?
Yeah.
What's that? Okay.
The marionette had radial keratotomy.
Cohen showed us because we were talking about the strangest thing a fan had ever sent you.
Oh, okay. Oh, and that was the doll. Oh, that was the doll. And
you
did you
must have
guys?
some weird thing. You being a woman.
Yes.
All we get is baked goods.
Are you saying that someone sent me like like her ear or?
Oh, I don't know. Or the vial of the sperm.
Oh God, yeah, a whole vial, gathered over many moons. Well, years and years and years and years ago, when people still sent fan mail, I got some letters from a guy in jail, and they were like, there was like a romantic, like a sensual poem.
Yeah. That does seem like you're proud.
Wow.
And he also sent me his like driver's license, and I was like,
Oh.
I don't like. How are you gonna when you finally get out of jail? How are you gonna drive back
Was
to
he
where
cute?
you're from?
Was he cute?
I don't even really know. I don't even really know how to answer that. I don't know that there was a photo. Like there was just there was just this little photo. I think I was
On a scale of 1 to 10, how many years would you give?
in jail.
Yeah.
Well, for that poem, life without parole. The poem. I will say this: for a sensual poem, it was like the person had never actually had sex, so they were kind of describing it like the way that they imagined it from like reading children's books or something. Not that way, but you know what I mean. Like they had a very childlike way of looking at the world. So
I'm pretty sure if he was in prison, he's had sex. Now, if you say willing,
that's a fair surmise. Yeah. Have I gotten anything? Have I gotten anything recently? Like, has anybody ever brought you guys something interesting, like to a show? Like, want to give you something after?
No.
No.
We've had people marry or proposals on stage during
Yeah.
shows.
Mhm.
But that didn't involve us.
Occasional heart attacks, stuff like that, but not like strange stuff or anything.
Occasional life-threatening cataclysmic event.
No.
Vladimir Lemure wants to know what you thought about the green screen show that aired in 2010. Ryan, you didn't do that, did you?
I did the pilot, but I didn't do the series.
Yeah.
What was that? Was it an improv show, or it was green screen only?
So we did improv in front of a green screen, and then we hired animators to come in different styles of animation to do the background or to draw what we would have seen, which the animation was all great, but it took away from the imagination of the audience. And then when you take away the imagination.
yeah.
It was a great
It
show.
took away the only thing that makes improv work.
Yeah. It was great for stoners. It was a great. If you were stoned, that was a great show.
But the best part is we got to do a 6-month tour across the USA, which was fun.
With the green screen, for real?
With the cast, yeah.
Wow.
You did a lot of shows, didn't you?
We did 65 shows in like 4 months. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Wow, that's insane.
Wait, and then you were recording that, and then that got animated, or that was just associated with the show?
Associated with the show.
Okay.
We all made way more money on the tour than we did on the TV show.
Yeah.
I just love that Colin was like, well, it was a great show for you if you were stoned. I feel like that applies to almost anything that you can watch with your eyeballs.
Was that WB?
Hmm?
I
Was that a
think
WB show?
I think it might have been. I don't know. I can't remember. I know. I took Drew out to dinner, and I had to tell him after we shot the pilot that I didn't want to do the show. I didn't want to do it for those reasons, basically. And this was hard because I Drew Carey with him, and then I had Oozline with him, to tell him that I didn't, and he was kind of insulted, a little bit, but I don't care.
And then Propaganza,
That twist coming.
and Propaganza was really fun.
Yeah, Propaganza was fun, except it was in Las Vegas, and there were horrible crowds, and but the whole process of doing it was great.
Yeah.
We were responsible, I think, for the downfall of Charlie Sheen, wasn't he? Didn't he come on stage with us on Saturday night, and then Monday
I
night?
don't think we can take full credit for that.
He may have had a slight hand in it.
We may have a little bit.
Tiny.
Someone asked about Australia. If you ever plan to tour there, Colin, you and Brad went.
Yeah, Brad and Greg and I, we did.
I'm grabbing my phone.
New Zealand.
Ryan, has Who's Live gone down to Australia?
No, I won't do that flight. That's
Oh,
not
it's
happening.
the long flight. You like the long flight?
No.
Gary, have you been to Australia?
Never have.
It's beautiful, man.
It is beautiful.
Okay.
The theaters were great. People were lovely. A lot of fun.
I'd love to go if there was a beam me up Scotty type machine. I would go in a minute.
Well, there's a
Transporter,
really cheap cruise line you could probably take down there now. If you want.
Oh yeah, I'll bet I could be the only one aboard. Probably. Yeah. I'd get a freighter. They've got room on freighters. They take like 8 passengers on freighters, so I'd go on a freighter probably.
Yeah.
A freighter.
Yeah. You can watch Bugs Bunny cartoons.
I don't want to be on a cruise with a bunch of people around a pool and shit. I just want to take a freighter.
No, I used to get offers to do that all the time as a stand-up, like to go on a cruise, and it's really like, it's really like a one-night stand. Like I'm enjoying it while it's happening, and then I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to look at you at breakfast. I don't want to wait for your Uber to come and while you kind of see if you can make an egg sandwich in my kitchen. Like, go away. So you do a stand-up show or you do comedy, and then you're just stuck with these people all day long.
Well, no, it truly is a one-night stand. You do it, and then that's the last time you'll see them.
That's exactly what I think.
Jonathan East wants to know, any of your kids interested in the improv?
No. My
No?
kid is science, computers,
That's
math.
Well done.
Yes.
how disappointing, Gary.
I'll tell you this, Aisha. He was maybe 6 years old. He was watching a bunch of his friends on stage at elementary school, and he leans over to me and goes, Daddy, that is exactly what I will never do. Age 6. And I'm like, okay, I don't care.
I love him so much. That's so amazing.
My daughter one
I'm
time,
ashamed of you. I will never follow in your footsteps.
I
Successful,
was-
funny guy. That's so
I was watching Who's Line in the living room one time when all my kids were much smaller. And I was watching a Who's Line, and I ran across the screen playing a moose as my daughter was walking by. I think she was like 10. And she walked by and went, "Oh, Dad." I said, "You see what I just did that? That bought your bike." Then she understood it a little bit. Oh, that bought my bike? Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
2 more antlers.
Then she's just in the living room going like this: hike, bike,
Yeah.
skateboard.
So do they do it now though, Ryan? Do they do it? Do they do it now, improv or any of that stuff? Or
No,
they,
my son took some classes once, but I came in. He was like, it was his first class, and he was the side of the stage, and he was like watching the scene from the side of the stage, and something happened on stage, and he looked at me and went,
oh, whoa.
It's not good that he takes classes if he's already judging people on stage.
Colin, with your daughter, does she ever done improv? Or?
Yeah, she took improv for a while. Yeah, and apparently she's very funny. She's never let us do anything. But she's funny in real life, so I figured that would transfer. She's more of a music person. When she was 6, she had her doctor's kit. I remember she had this stethoscope on and was taking my heartbeat, and then just ripped it off and said, "This won't get me to the States." I still don't really know what it meant.
Don't get me to what?
She's American, so she could easily.
Oh,
It's-
the state.
So, I don't know.
I'm trying to get out of here.
It's
My
a
kids are
medical
actors.
profession.
They haven't, kids are actors, but they haven't really done a lot of improv yet. We'll see. They like acting and music, but
They've done one of your sons did a few shows.
Chase was on Lethal Weapon as the young Riggs for like 10 episodes. He loved it. They were doing his first scene, one of his first scenes ever. He's being pulled by a camera car in a Trans Am as a 10-year-old who's in a police chase, while there's another car on the side with a giant jib arm chasing them through the streets. That's his first. Was an action star at 10 years old. His first gig.
Wow.
So jealous.
Are you embezzling from him right now?
What?
Are you embezzling from him?
Oh yeah. He only gets what's the money for the kids called? There's a little side money for the kids.
Allowance?
Allowance.
Yeah.
Bribery. Hush money.
Hush money. No, we're saving it. He'll need it someday, I'm sure.
Oh, college fund.
I think you're talking about the Coogan account.
Coogan, yeah. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
part of it we can't touch, and the rest.
Yeah. That'll get you to the States right there.
Yes, it will.
Oh my God. I don't have any kids, so.
Hey, for real though, you want a kid? For real.
I would like a kid who only cares about math, science, and computers.
That's what I'm saying.
This is the worst episode of the dating game I've ever
It
seen.
really is.
For real,
You want a kid?
Dude, you are all my game. That's how I do it. Hey, you want a kid?
Oh, man.
Love that.
This is so uncomfortable.
Aisha, have you dated any performers? Mark Day wants to know.
Well, when I was in high school, I dated Sam Rockwell for a while. It's how I got into sketch and improv. He was a cute boy, and he was in an improv class, and I followed him into the improv class, and then I stayed in the classes.
Wow.
And there's a documentary about my school. It was kind of like a Fame-style documentary about a performing arts high school, and we're both in there. And Margaret Cho is in there, and there was a little improv. So that was the story. When I would have my podcast, and whenever I would ask somebody how they got into acting or whatever, inevitably, like 80% of the people said, well, there was a girl or there was a boy. That's, you know what I mean? So it was that for me too. So yeah, there you go.
When I was
I shared a cab with Judy Tenuta one time.
Same thing.
Oh,
Same thing. And he and I are still very good friends. He was in my movie, and we still chat all the time. He's a great guy. I love him.
I saw, and I think this is what we're doing. I saw Judy Tenuta at Whole Foods, and I think that's what we're doing right now.
I feel like that's what we're doing.
You saw Judy Tenuta at Whole Foods?
At Whole Foods, I really did.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Call.
I dated Mary Pickford.
Did you walk up? Did you walk up to Judy Tenuta and go, "You want a baby?" I'll give you a baby.
I didn't walk. She was right behind me in the 12 items or less line. She wanted a baby. A lot of times I can just tell when they want one. I don't have to ask. I just look at them and go, you know. That's it.
Right.
My Fry 101. I'm a young actor who does improv shows at school. What are your opinions on younger improv comedians?
Oh, fuck off.
Ooh,
Who needs the competition? You know what? I think it's great that there are people are still interested in the people. I think one of the best things about Whose Line was it got people interested in improv. So, I mean, I've been fortunate. I think we've all been fortunate enough to be able to improvise with young improvisers across North America, and it kind of keeps us on our toes too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there were any improv shows any improv show pilots that were made before the British Whose Line that tried and failed? Do you think the Whose Line was the first and it just did well?
We tried one in Vancouver Theatre Sports, and it didn't go well at all. Whose Line somehow found the magic formula,
Yeah.
getting it and making it seem almost like you were there.
Yeah.
And it came along just at the right time too, I think.
Right.
Yeah. People were tired of good-looking people on television.
Right.
Speak for yourself. Gary and I are fine.
Well, you came in on the second wave.
That's
You were there during the, Dustin Hoffman era.
I think also, I can see how it would have been hard for people to figure out how to turn it into something that could consistently deliver good television because it's ephemeral. So, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So it might have been like people loved improv but couldn't quite figure out how to make, TV, the nature of television is like the opposite of improv, everything's controlled and planned for and, and scheduled out.
It's hard for, I would think, a network to say, okay, so you have nothing.
You have nothing, and you're just going to
How can we make it better? How can we put our input in if you don't have a script you can show us?
Yeah.
And then they'll see a show that has, improv aspects to it, and then people will just go, it's just really good writing. Well, it's
Exactly.
not.
Exactly. Yeah, so funny. I also could say like, well, you have nothing, and then we're just going to see if you get something. Like at the end, we'll just see if we have something.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Trust us. We'll start off with nothing, and at the end, we'll have something.
Golf Kid 100. Do any of you try writing for a TV show or movie? I know you wrote a script with John Masterson, didn't you, right?
Yeah, we wrote a couple. They never got made. They got bought, but they never got made.
I'd go
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I sold a movie to Lionsgate a couple of years ago, and I had a kids TV show on the air last year. But
Oh yeah, great.
Yeah, Gary's always writing and creating and stuff. You're very.
I have to stay rich.
I understand. I really do. The struggle is real. I wrote
sold the movie to Warner Bros., but it was Fight Club. I just transcribed it and then changed the name to Fight Get Together. And I thought maybe no one would really look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold it for $25,000.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Canadian?
Yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah.
Aisha?
I wrote on Talk Soup when I was on Talk Soup, and I've written 2 books. And my feature, my first movie, I co-wrote, and I'm writing a bunch of stuff that I'm hoping I'm going to get made if we ever are able to go out of the house. So,
Can I ask you something, Aisha? I mean, you're very creative, and you have a bit of the workaholic about you.
little tiny bit.
So have you been with all this free time? Have you been like filling it all with doing creative things? Have you been writing and doing your Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, it's disappointing that I'm not as effective as I thought I would be. Do you know what I mean? Like I really thought like I'm gonna get it all done, and I don't know. It's also disorienting, like this whole thing. So it kind of throws you off your game. But yeah, I mean, I'm developing 2 TV shows right now, so I've been doing a lot of like Zoom calls with executives and talking about that stuff, and then I have some stuff that people have been waiting for way longer than they should have been waiting for, considering we're in quarantine.
So you don't have time. You don't have time to have a baby.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no! I do.
But still.
I just separated my laundry.
I think the takeaway is
I'm here to set up Gary all day long.
I think the takeaway is that for people that are like young actors and want to know like how you do it in Hollywood is that you always have to have side hustles going on. You're never just doing a show. If you're a comedian, you're writing. You have to keep your side hustle always on.
You're really your own employee. I mean, it's your job to, like differently than a company where you work there and you kind of work is given to you and there's like a clear path forward. You're always having to develop something because things are always going away. Shows are always ending. And if you're not like developing stuff on the side, you're just going to end up driving a rideshare, which isn't, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm into a lot more identity theft, I find, since I've been stuck in.
You look like the guy in the commercial that steals the people's identity with the cap on and the sweatshirt.
He looks like the Simply Safe guy.
I got that guy's check.
Oh, you good?
It would be a good time for me to mention my online gigolo service.
Oh, yeah.
Now is a good time.
You get a free recipe with every
Jiggle.
Every jiggle.
yeah.
A free recipe.
When they jiggle low, I jiggle high.
Yeah, you do.
Well done.
Ryan, are you good at the identity theft? Because this is I've even heard of this. Are you good at that identity theft stuff?
Well, you'll never know, Gary.
Oh,
You'll never know. That's how good I am.
okay. Then
You
you're
might
good.
already know. You might already know, but you don't know. You know yet.
Oh, I know. I don't know. Oh.
Do you know chemistry? Because Nova Primex wants us to help them with his year 12 chemistry test in 1 hour.
Gary's son can help you with that.
You know what? Get into improv. You don't have to know stuff.
Mhm. Exactly. You could just not take it and decide to be an improver, and then all your problems are solved.
Right. Right.
Or your parents are going to be really mad at one or the other.
And he lives in Australia. What? Even if things go bad, so you have to sleep in the beach. Big deal.
Okay, I'm not going to be that guy. Nova Premix, send me the test and I will fill it out for you and send it.
No, get your son to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's going to get us something. Mm-hmm.
You haven't given him away yet.
Someone was asking about your shoes, Ryan. And it went by real fast. They want to know how many pairs of shoes you have.
Wow.
I think I only have like 7 or 8 pair now. I gave a lot away, and I didn't take them all. That guy, his name was George, and he started making Drew's shoes for Whose Line, and then he started making mine. He just took our sizes, and he'd send us shoes.
Wow.
I think he charged the studio like $150 a pair or something like that. And now he's George Esquivel or whatever. He's in Barney's and stuff, and his shoes are like $2,500, $2,400. But we got him before anybody knew who he was. I've golf shoes with flames on them and stuff. He made me. He's a really good shoe guy. But those shoes are so damn heavy. They got wood soles and stuff. I don't wear those anymore.
Wait, what?
It's hard
I
on
get like hush puppies and shit now.
There's a lot of people
With my bunion.
asking about games on Whose Line, and I think the answer to all of those questions are none of us control any of the games. It's all producers. We don't pick any of the games.
We often try to give input.
Yeah.
Usually to the one of the security guards, because he's the only guy who listens to it.
Or the girl who fills up the coffee machine.
Yeah.
She always listens.
But no.
No control whatsoever. No one wants to hear our opinion.
No.
No.
There's no yes ending on Whose Line.
Not
After
behind the
the
scenes, not one yes and ever. No, and also go away and sit down.
God, these questions go so fast. It's hard to pick one. We have 12 minutes before the East Coast Whose Line starts, so we should wrap it up pretty soon.
Is there a special guest besides Gary, of course? But is
I'm
there?
not sure. I just know Gary. I don't know if there's
Would
a.
anybody be as special as Gary?
Who was on your show, Gary? Do you remember?
No, I don't know the episode. I don't know which it is.
Also, don't forget. Well, here's some inside baseball, guys. I think these are cut from previous stuff we shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like probably the guests all got shot out. Like and like in terms of like the guests that we had on the show, probably that part already got cut into those shows and aired. And this is like games that weren't cut into those shows. So I think probably it's just Gary. I'm guessing. I don't really know, and I mean I don't care that much, but it's going to be very funny.
Yeah.
How do you know that though? You can't say that for sure.
I really can't.
No, you can't.
I really can't. I cannot vouch for the quality of.
You, like me, have seen a show and turned off the TV going, well. I mean, there's other times when you've gone, wow, it was a really great show tonight. But there are times when you go, I could have gone,
And Aisha, and also Inside Baseball. Depending on, was this from the last we shot? Do we know?
We kind of don't. My
Okay.
belief is
So
that
it's
from the
possible.
last round.
Okay, because I've lost since I've been on that show like 150 pounds.
Yeah.
So
it looks like-
if it's 150-pound me, then
Yeah.
I don't know who was up there.
Is this the one with Cedric the Entertainer?
Oh, Cedric the Entertainer. I did see an ad with him.
Oh, really?
I bet you that's it.
Cedric
Yeah.
Yarborough?
He's a really nice guy.
The Entertainer.
Cedric the Entertainer and Cedric Yarbrough. So Cedric the Entertainer.
We
Okay.
had Cedric the
Remember
Milker.
Sing with it. Because he's
I don't remember that.
Colin, if you're right, and I'm sure you are,
Yeah.
I will buy you that quarter horse you've been asking for.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's you've got Colin and Aisha taken care of.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And
Doing something for. How come you have Tish in the core of your box?
I don't know. It sounded like a good name.
Mixing
Well,
it
yeah,
up.
partly at one point.
I don't know a Tish. Do you know a Tish?
You stole her identity.
And not Patricia, like a Tish. Do you know a Tish?
My nephew Andre's wife is named Tish.
Really? Okay.
Is it short for something?
Yeah. Aisha, I'm a little surprised that you don't know a Tish.
Well, Tish and I aren't cool anymore, so I
Yeah.
just don't know her. And like
Would
the,
you like to have a Tish?
I would love Tish. Now that you mention it.
Because I know somebody can hook you up with one.
Oh, no, Colin.
Anything you guys want to promote or shout out before we take off? Oh, there won't be any new Who's Line next week, so there's a week off, and then maybe 1 or 2 weeks off, and then new episodes starting after that.
How many?
I'll be
episodes
inside my
are
house.
there?
I'll be inside my house for the next couple of weeks.
All right.
Ryan will be inside his house. Ryan will be on my show, You Jokes, tomorrow night.
Oh,
Yeah,
nicely
YouTube, You Jokes, capital U, JOKES, tomorrow
You're gonna
night.
have to remind me, Jonathan. If you don't remind me tomorrow, I'll forget you.
I will remind you tomorrow. I promise.
All right.
What about you, Aisha?
I am very looking forward very much to tonight. If people want to visit the Roswell Instagram, I'll be doing a live Insta at 5:30 West Coast, 30 East Coast with Jason Bear, who is on Roswell tonight. And then I'll be doing my normal weekly happy hour tomorrow and Friday at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast, to raise money for COVID relief. And I have not figured out what the drink is going to be for tomorrow, but I will post it soon.
Yum.
Yeah.
Gary, not everyone was on when Colin mentioned it, but your show is you're acting at home. Tell everyone about that.
Oh, it's so great.
It's called Acting Alone at Home with friends who are also acting alone at home. So I improvise half of a scene, like 30 seconds. Then I email it to another friend and they improvise the other half. And then an editor puts it together. And then Linda Taylor from Who's Line gives us all the music.
Oh, wow.
It's really cool.
And that's on Instagram at Gary Anthony Williams and on Twitter at Gary A. Williams. I've done a new episode every day for the last 55 days.
Nicely done.
Well,
Yeah.
obviously someone is getting it done during quarantine, guys.
Yeah.
I don't ever want
I think if you're talking about getting it done during quarantine, you don't have to look any farther than Gary Anthony Williams.
Hey, girl. For real, though.
You want to get it done? You want to get it done? That's awesome.
I'm going to be watching Wayne Brady's TikTok bloopers. And then,
Oh, yeah.
that's about it. And discouraging as many young improvisers as they can.
Yeah, I think you've done your part there.
Get a real job.
Get out in these streets and crush those dreams, my friend.
Yes.
Great.
Awesome.
Always
All
love
right.
meeting you guys.
So we won't do this next week. We'll take 2 weeks off and then we'll do it when the next show airs.
It's either 1 or 2 weeks. I have to check, but then we'll come back.
Cool.
Thanks for letting me be part of it, guys.
Love you,
Yeah,
Gary.
man.
Good seeing you, buddy.
Bye.
Best.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.